What up, dudes? It's Gaz, and welcome back to the Warframe video. So today we're going over my Umbra Molt Garuda, a heavily requested build video on the channel. But before we get into it, we have a sponsor for today's video, and let's get into that right now. Let's sponsor today's video, Opera GX. Opera GX is a special version of the Opera browser built specifically for gamers. It's got a mobile version, GX Mobile, that can be connected to the desktop version, and this is a must-have for gaming on PC. Not only do we have a very nice selection in the GX corner showing you upcoming new games and special deals. That game looks really cool right there. We've got very high amount of features here. We got a CPU network limiter as well. If you're someone that opens a bunch of tabs, maybe doesn't have the best internet connection, look what we have here. You can edit how much each tab's going to use. 4K video going to use this much, use that. We've got RAM limiters. You can adjust this as well to whatever suits your personal needs and computer power. And that's not it. We got lots of features here. You can connect your Discord here, make it all in one place. You don't have to have like 20 tabs open, different programs and all that. Discord linking. You can link other things like Facebook Messenger, and the list goes on, guys. This has got to be one of the best things you can have as a PC gamer, and I highly recommend checking it out. With my link down in the description, you can download it and try it out today. Thanks so much to Opera GX for sponsoring today's video. Thank you so much to Opera GX for sponsoring today's video. Really something you should check out, guys, if you like playing games on PC. Alright, so Umbra Garuda. Going next level with Molt Reconstruct and Molt from Saren Helminth. This build is actually also utilizing Archon shards, but they are not needed at all for what we're doing today. As we get more Archon shards, this build will become more and more powerful. I'm really looking forward to that yellow Archon shard to get some increased casting speed, which will potentially replace natural talent in the future. Alright, so let's go over what we have here today. I'm going to show you just how unnecessarily tanky we are. We have nearly every good tank mod in this game. Just because if you ever die with this build, you're probably fighting level multi-thousand. For any mission that's actual, just even Steel Path, this is just ridiculous. You can face tank the Archon for a good while as well. So let's go over every little inch of tankiness we get out of this build and go over what Garuda does. This is not a how to play Garuda guide. I will link that down below, how to play Garuda. So, brief respite. Every ability cast gives us shields. Shields give us shield gating. Shield gating gives us a brief couple of seconds of invincibility whenever we have our shields broken. If we have a full shield that is broken, it is a longer period of time than if it was not a fully regenerated shield once it's broken. So 150% energy cast from brief respite will be given to our shields and overshields. We've got Molt, which is going to be perfect. This has 50 drain energy-wise, and 150% of 50 is 75. We have 75 shields when we equip the Decaying Dragon Key, giving us a perfect shield gate in one cast. Oh, by the way, this has no cast time, so it's an instant shield gate as well. That's from one mod slot, using Molt from Saren. It makes you run faster. It makes an illusion that the enemies will shoot at. The Archon will shoot at the Molt as well. And Molt from Saren mixed with Molt Reconstruct the Arcane. Heal yourself and allies within affinity range, 6 health for every energy point spent. So that we just went over 50 energy for this, 6 times 50, 300. 300 heal for you, your teammates, and your companions and stuff whenever you cast this. And you can spam it. That's the idea of this, is Molt Reconstruct and Molt from Saren. You could do this in other frames as well, but Garuda's the best because Garuda's third ability, Bloodletting, gives you energy for cutting your health. You get low health, you cast this 3 times, full health, infinite energy, loop back and forth. We've also got lots of things for giving us more EHP. We've got a ton of armor, 81% damage reduction on our health before Arcane Guardian's proc. Arcane Guardian, now you get massive diminishing returns with armor once you start stacking a bunch of it, but we still went with it anyway because it's fun. Adaptation for damage reduction up to 90%. Now, the rank of adaptation doesn't really matter. Whatever rank you have is going to work. They all stack up to 90%, guys. Just take a look at adaptation. That's why I sometimes run unranked adaptation. 5% per bullet up to 90%. Whatever rank we got right now is 7%, and the max rank is 10%. It's not too big of a difference. It still goes up to 90. Now, the damage type, the period of time it's resisted for does go down, but it's not usually too big of a deal as long as you're getting constantly shot at. Quick thinking is definitely overkill, but our energy becomes an extra health bar. I'm actually going to get some gameplay on the screen while we're talking about this. Our energy becomes an extra health bar, and since we have infinite health, infinite energy, this build is meant for when you need to make a sandwich at your neighbor's house down the street, because making a sandwich in your house you got plenty of time to survive. So, yeah, and as far as weapons and stuff, we got the Toncore, but we're still going over the build right now. Natural talent is a must on Garuda. You are casting so many abilities. Now, Molt doesn't have a cast time, thankfully, but Your 3 definitely does. Your 4 definitely does. Your 4 and your 4 is going to keep you alive as well. Sometimes it gives you invincibility and basically a full heal. It's going to be about a 600 health heal from casting Seeking Talons with this build. And of course a full shield gate as well. Now, why would you run this over the Breach Surge build I made a couple months ago? You know, I wouldn't say that this would completely replace the Breach Surge build. This is more of a, like, you know, like, I don't want to really have to be focusing as much kind of build. I run this all the time. It is so easy to run. I run this for Archon fights. I run this for Steel Path. I run this for Void Angels. It's just good. And we've got triple Umbra. Now that we have the Archon mods, this might be not as good as before, but we do have triple Umbra on here. Once the Umbra set's fully stacked up, it's 77% power strength from Umbra Intensify. If you look at Archon Intensify, which would probably work, well, actually, no, it wouldn't work, because Archon Intensify does not work with Molt Reconstruct. So unfortunately, that wouldn't work as well with Molt, unless you're running like Regenerative Molt. But yeah, you get a good chunk of extra health and a good chunk of extra armor if you're running triple Umbra, and that does make a difference for, you know, everyday play, not getting instantly mowed down. Like I said, once we get yellow Archon crystals, I will probably put 2 of them on my Garuda and replace Natural Talent with, I'm not sure what, actually. If you guys have any ideas of what I should replace Natural Talent with, once I get Archon shards that are yellow, let me know, and I will definitely check it out. But as it stands right now, we've got an Archon shard for increased armor, one blue Archon shard, and we got 1 red Archon shard for melee crit damage. And the reason we got melee crit damage is because Garuda has access to one of the strongest melee weapons in the game, the Garuda Prime Talons. And they have very high crit chance. So if we use the Archon Shard for increased crit damage, it's just going to give us really, really crazy forced heavy attack slash procs. So let's just give you a quick display of that here. Now, of course, these guys in the Simulacrum are not as strong as the Steel Path, but, you know, it's what I have access to. And there's 1 slash proc punch. Kill the first guy in like 2 ticks. Kill the third guy by the end of the slash proc as well. And of course, we could be like viral procking them and stuff too. But, you know, it's not really, we're not trying to show how much damage this can do, because it can do even more damage. But you can just run around with this at all times, because we are running Corrupt Charge. That's a slash punch. That's a slash punch. I can just keep doing that over and over and over again with this 2x build that I put together. Corrupt Charge is the key for this. Keep in mind, you don't actually need a maxed out Corrupt Charge either. A rank 2 Corrupt Charge will work, but it's really up to you. Yeah, just basically 2x combo, heavy crit. Of course, if you want better scaling, we have the better scaling build with Condition Overload and stuff like that. If you don't care about that stuff as much, there's also red crit build. Lots of different builds for Garuda's Claws, and the crit damage increase is nice from that red crystal. Now, finishing off the build, like I said, Molt Reconstruct is for your healing. That's your built-in healing from Molt. Basically makes it regenerative Molt instantly. And Guardian is up to personal preference. If you're running a crit weapon, there's always Avenger. If you want some more speed, I believe it's called Agility. This is actually surprisingly good on Garuda. On damaged, 60% chance for increased parkour velocity by a lot. So you could run that too if you want to go with the Molt for increased speed. And then we're going to go over the weapons real quick. I've got a Kubatankor video on the channel, I'll link down below. But basically, this is a Hunter Munitions Kubatankor build with an Anti-Grenier Riven, very good for Anti-Grenier. You've got Primary Merciless to make it reload faster. The Latum is one of my go-to Archon Slaying weapons. We've got a Radiation Fire Rate build here with negative crit. The Incarnon mode is going to be Devouring Attrition. So when we get a non-crit, it's got 2,000% increased damage, 50% of the time. Minus crit here. On headshot, increased reload speed, lets you swap Incarnon modes faster. Reload speed does influence how fast Incarnon mode transformation is, and it can feel really slow sometimes, so I do like to rock this one. And we got increased fire rate for more DPS. As far as the Operator Void Tree, I usually go for Banner Eye, because I do run Garuda for Void Angels quite a bit, and with the 177 Replock, Certus, Propa amp, it can one-shot the Archon, or not the Archon, it can one-shot the Void Angel with Void Strike from 1 bullet. So get Void Strike, get the 177 amp, and you can blast away the Void Angel in 1 bullet. Additionally, we've got the Panzer Cat. It's good for giving viral procs. It never actually dies. It comes back from the dead with Panzer Devolution. We've also got Martyr Symbiosis. If somehow you died, I don't know how you would actually die with this build unless you were actively just not playing the game, another room. The Panzer Cat can sometimes sacrifice itself to revive you from the dead because you just weren't paying attention, I guess. So that can be kind of nice with Martyr Symbiosis, a must-have mod in the Panzer Cat. And yeah, let's just show it in the Simulacrum. I'm going to unpause all these level 190 Exo Gok stats. We should definitely die from this, but let's see if we do die from this. I'm going to get all my energy. I'm going to jump in there, and we're going to cast Molt. Now remember, Garuda does have a frontal shield as well. Let's see, let's lose some health here. As we're losing health, look what's happening. I see my health is going down, I cast My health goes back to max. I'm gonna go 2 health on purpose here. You know, we can't die. Let me see. I'll stop casting abilities. We can die if we stop casting abilities, at least. But look how fast I get back to full health. This is one of the most ridiculous tank builds I've ever done. As you can see, our cat is getting fully healed, too. And, of course, we could just fight back, you know? Like, it's not very fair not to fight back. We will fight back against these Grenier, and they can't really fight me. If they had toxin weapons, they technically could bypass my shield, but I've actually got invincibility time from Rolling Guard, I've got invincibility time from R4, even got invincibility time from R1, which can execute low health targets, don't forget about that. And now we're walking around with 1 million damage, you know, Bloodforge nuke as well, or Blood Orb nuke, not Bloodforge nuke. So, yeah, really, really good. My go-to build for basically everything. Of course, you can combine Garuda's 4 with her 1 to nuke things down if you don't want to rock a AoE weapon, and they're all dead. And yeah, guys, this is pretty much the build I use for most content nowadays. It sure is easy to play. And also, I mean, it's not like it requires a Riven or anything like that. I do have 2 Umbra Forma on Garuda. That might be a little bit of a, you know, a obstacle to bypass for you. But, you know, you could technically just run the normal versions. I guess it'd be a lot less powerful. But the big thing here is just Molt and Molt Reconstruct with Garuda's 3. It's just an endless cycle of energy and health, and also, you know, increased movement speed. That increased movement speed is nice. And once I actually get those extra Archon shards, I probably will, you know, like I said, I'll probably put 2 for casting speed to replace natural talent, but then I can put a power strength mod in the natural talent slot, and maybe the other 3 slots will be either melee crit damage for that crazy slash punch, or just more power strength to make me moving faster with Molt. So I can't wait to get more Archon shards. Too bad they're so bottlenecked, but we know about that at this point. Alright guys, that's it for the video. Make sure you check out that link for Opera GX down in the description. Really awesome product. I do highly recommend it. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Appreciate all the support. Take it easy. Peace.